Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the example of Floyd Mayweather. Before that, subscribe the channel, give your comments, like and share the video, okay? I'm going to talk about the example of Floyd Mayweather. Why? For a very simple reason. This fight, this boxing exhibition fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, was the last time we saw Floyd Mayweather fighting in boxing inside the ropes, inside a boxing ring, inside the square circle. And well, this time it's for real. Why? I'm telling this because Floyd Mayweather retired, I don't know, maybe twice or three times, and he always returned, he always came back. But now it's very different. Floyd Mayweather is 44 years old. He's a grandfather. And as you know, he's very, very, very rich. So he's a millionaire, very, very rich millionaire. And he's a retired professional boxer. 50 wins, no losses, undefeated. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to the Hall of Fame of boxing, of course, with all the credits, the credits, and well, he did everything. So, 12-time world champion in 5 different weight classes, is undefeated, perfect record, 50 wins, no losses. He founded the Mayweather Promotions. He has a great entourage, a great team. The Mayweather Promotions is a great company, making billions of dollars. Boxing exhibitions. He had two boxing exhibitions. About 3 years ago, he had one boxing exhibition in Japan, where he defeated Tenshin Nakazawa, a young champion, by knockout. He defeated by knockout, and now he had this boxing exhibition with Logan Paul, and well, you already know what happened. But why I'm talking about this? Well, because Floyd Mayweather is an example as far when we talk about defense. So, self-defense. You must protect yourself all the time, you know? And Mayweather mastered the techniques, the defensive techniques, throughout his career. That's why he was called the pretty boy. Why Floyd Mayweather was called the pretty boy? It was his nickname, pretty boy, because he was so good in defense, so good that, well, his face was always clean. His face was always clean. Why? Because the punches, there were some few punches landed, of course. It's impossible to avoid all the punches, but his face was always clean because the punches were not so hard. The punches landed on his face. It's not hard, so no problem. And when we talk about self-defense, we talk about safety, we talk about protection. And well, there's no doubt that Floyd Mayweather is the example, okay? And well, I'm not talking about other things, because of course we are making an example of a boxer, professional boxer, Floyd Mayweather, for the self-defense. That's what I'm talking about. Avoid punches, block punches, avoid punches, protect yourself, Counterattack. I showed a lot of techniques before that Floyd Mayweather used, like the shoulder roll, the pull counter. All that techniques can be used for your self-defense. That's for sure. And well, he's a master in defense. I said this a lot, many times, that Floyd Mayweather is a master in defense, because it is. It really is. And I'm not talking about, well, some people like Floyd Mayweather, some people hate Floyd Mayweather for some reasons, but the fact is that, well, a lot of people talk about Floyd Mayweather. Why? Because he's a boxing legend. We cannot say something different. But I think his style, I'm not a fan of Floyd Mayweather, but I can tell that as far as self-defense is concerned, I think his style is very good. Very good. Because everybody, people, short people, tall people, whatever, can use this kind of style for their self-defense. Because a brawler style like Deontay Wilder, for example, well, is good and is effective if you have raw power. But if you don't have raw power, so if you don't have a hard punch, well, it's useless for your self-defense. Okay, I'm giving you an example. But Floyd Mayweather's style, defensive style, all his techniques, all his ability, all his skills are very effective. Very effective. Okay? We are talking about an undefeated professional boxer. Undefeated. He never lost his professional boxing fights. Decision by points, knockouts, TKOs. That's a fact. We cannot ignore that. Like him or don't like him, we cannot ignore this. Okay? So I think, and I think this is a good time to talk about this, because, well, it's the last time that Floyd Mayweather stepped inside a square circle for a boxing fight. In this case, it was a boxing exhibition fight, because he's retired as a professional boxer. He's retired. Okay, so the defensive skills, defensive techniques are excellent, almost perfect, and it can be used for self-defense. And there is here a simple concept that I'm going to talk about. That, of course, this is a quote from Floyd Mayweather. Okay, of course, this is not mine. This is a quote from Floyd Mayweather. Not taking punishment. I repeat, do not take punishment. Okay? What this means? This means that you must avoid to be punched, to be hurt, no? And that's what Floyd Mayweather did throughout his career. That's what he did. So, defensive techniques, not taking punishment, and then, of course, counterattack and win the fights. And that's it. I think we can take the example of this boxing Hall of Famer. I think we can call him like this. So we can take the example of a boxing a boxer. There is a Hall of Famer, and try to use to train, of course, to train the defensive techniques, and use it for self-defense. Well, and that's it. This is all for today, and see you next time.